how important, and you kind of already answered it, but how important is individuality with giving hitting instruction versus, kind of, I don't, for lack of better terms, cookie cutting hitters during hitting instruction? I mean, how important do you think that individuality is?
Well, at our level, of course, there's no cookie cutting, because every one of them thinks their swing is the most unique one in the world, and really, it is. The DNA is so vital, when I'm talking about the DNA, I'm talking from the mindset to the actual cells of the body and how quick it moves or slow, or how long the limbs are, or how wide the base is. I mean, that individuality of the setup position compared to the forward move is so individual that you can compare guys, and I do still compare guys. I love comparing Nolan Gorman to Jim Thome. I mean, it was just a really good right-handed thrower, left-handed hitter, not quick hips, but so there's history can show us some things too, but the individuality of getting in the box, it is just you and him and the pitcher, and so the individuality of the setup and the movement is just as well.
Do you think that translates also down to younger players as well? Or do you feel like with younger players, it's okay to be so uniform across all? Or do you think that individuality starts and kind of forms at a young age, and then as you get older, you still work within that? Does my question kind of make sense? Does that make sense?
Oh, okay. So I'll go back to Gorman again. Yeah. I mean, it's been a topic, but, I wanted to look at his swings in high school because he won the perfect game home run stuff. But going even beyond that, I asked Gorman to let me see some video of when you was 12.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, wow. This is what you do organically really well. I would never want to take away. I just would want to add to what they do really well organically. I'm not going to say there's not major adjustments, because sometimes there are. Yeah. But I literally just 2 weeks ago with my own son, he just turned 20, and he struggled the second part of the fall, did really well in the early part. And I said, one thing you need to learn to do is like study and look at other hitters. I can sit here and tell you things, but there's some things that you need to educate yourself. And because you're your own individual person, and he does some things organically really well. But even the best, and at the best, Manny Machado, when I had him in L.A., those moves can get out of sync, get out of whack, tempo, all those kind of things. So, it really is so individual that, you have to, as a coach, only focus on that part.
That's so good. I think going back to when you say when he was 12 years old is amazing. I've never heard anyone say that, but it makes so much sense. I was talking with someone else, another big league hitting coach, and he was, I think I asked him the same question. It's kind of like, what are you doing? Is it mechanical? Is it mental? And he described his role as, my role is to know what their swing looks like when they're swinging their best. So that way it's a long season. So they get out of that, and to know that they're out of it, and then how to get them back to that swing. It's not always necessarily, hey, we're going to be working on this mechanical thing today. If they're swinging great, we're not like making changes. They're big league hitters, right? But trying to know what they are at their best. And that kind of sounds like what you're talking about, is like kind of going back, okay, when you were young, successful. Let's see how your body moves. Let's work within that. And then, yes, there's always refinement, right? Here or there. We could tweak this. We can get a little extra pop this way, or maybe we could stay through the ball a little bit better, going the other way, whatever it may be, but not really changing from that overall swing that God gave them, that they've worked on since they were probably young. Exactly. Is that fair?
It is, because the challenge is as they get the better pitching, the more efficient the swing needs to be. And that efficiency means maybe my hands just got to be closer to the slot. Maybe my stride length needs to be a little bit shorter. Maybe my tilt, I've got maybe I'm getting too much tilt and I'm in and out of zone too much. So knowing those things, because the kinetic chain is never going to change from the ground up. So every hitting coach should be from the ground up anyway.
If you enjoyed that clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the full podcast, click right here. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you find this content valuable.